Is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with IRS. I've worked thousands of cases. I worked at IRS a long time, and I've been doing this actually for 5 decades. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution. Just welcome to my YouTube. I try to get through all this stuff quick. If you want to know about me, and I've been on national TV a lot. I have a whole team of former agents. Go to my website, 777irs.com. You're here to learn about my subject matter, not really about me. But if I am available for representation, I've worked in the collection division for a long time. I was a revenue officer, and I do know the collection division better than I know the palm of my hand. Since 1973, I've been in the system, and here it is. This is what you need to know. If you have an IRS debt, IRS has the same process to collect it, whether you owe $100 or millions of dollars, and here's the process. You file a tax return. IRS about 6 weeks later creates an assessment. That begins your 10-year statute of limitations. That's simple. IRS will then, if you owe money, they will send you a bill. They will send you your first bill. After that, they will go ahead and send you a five or 6 weeks later, a CP after the original bill, the CP 501. They wait 5 or 6 weeks, send you the CP 503. They wait another 6 weeks, they send you the 504, which is saying, this is your final notice. We are going to levy. We can file a federal tax lien. We are coming after you. When you have that 504 letter, it's time either to hire someone or do this yourself. You just need to know if you're going to do this yourself, and it's fine if you do. If you're a wage earner and you don't have much to lose, call IRS. There's nothing wrong with that at all. However, if you're self-employed, you have a corporation, and you have more serious debt, that's really when you need representation. Why? IRS is going to dig into your financial statement, and they're going to dig just pretty deep, and you don't really want that to happen, and that's really the time you need representation. So you need to have an exit strategy when you owe the tax and plan about, well, do as soon as you want, but about 4 or 5 months into this, it's going to get serious. The last notice IRS will send you is at 1058. At that point in time, wage garnishments, levies, everything. You can stop IRS simply by going ahead and calling IRS on the phone. However, you must understand when you call on the phone, you must understand what's going to happen, or you're going to have a really bad hair day. I've had people call me. I've given them some free advice. I knew they were going to get in trouble because I knew how much they made, and they'd call me back and say, hey, I wound up with a $3,000 a month agreement. I says, yeah, I know. I try to warn you, and that's because IRS has a national standard program that people don't know and how that plays into the system. IRS is going to dictate to you the expenses that you can take, not the ones you want. IRS will use the IRS national standards. What are the national standards? They're used for food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments, and car expenses. They're going to dictate to you what you're allowed to use. So if you know them, you feel confident, call them. If you owe a sizable amount of money and you're not sure what you're doing, don't make that call, because, man, that's when IRS gets really tough ass on you. Anyway, I'm available. I'm trying to tell you the whole collection process. Understand that once that federal tax lien goes on, if you owe over $59,000, they can suspend your passport, and they will. They will send out a 508C letter. And with that federal tax lien, usually IRS Service Center will try to collect that money. If not, it goes down to the local office, and you're going to get some revenue officer working your case, or they're going to have you come in and bring all your records in. Anyway, give me a subscription. Now you know the IRS collection process in 4 minutes. Thank you very much. Appreciate the subscription.